That's been the more effective of his two lineups in this series.
With Gary Redis, Lloyd McClendon, and Don Slaught in the lineup.
First pitch of the night from Tom Glavine. Well hit to left. Ron Gant, just in front of the warning track, makes the catch. With the left-hander Tom Glavine on the mound tonight, and 1 for his last 10. And he's hit by the pitch. The umpires working this one. Ed Montague will be the man in the spotlight again.
But he has done very, very well handling the pitching and defending.
Double play ball if they hurry. Lemke to Blauser. Green digs it. 4-6-3, and that ends the inning after half an inning. The Pirates nothing, and the Braves coming up. The 26-year-old rookie knuckleballer Tim Wakefield, the pride of Melbourne, Florida, ready to face this lineup as he was worried about the rookie under pressure, pitching in front of a hostile crowd. Well, that's where he is tonight. But back from 2-0 to get Nixon with the knuckleball.
Interesting how Tim of the index finger and the middle finger into the ball. So knuckleball is a misnomer. Should be a fingertip ball.
Very high fly ball and shallow left for Barry Bonds. 2 down.
Yesterday we asked Tim Wakefield to explain exactly how he grips the ball.
And just let it guide out with your index finger and your middle finger.
That knuckleball lined into center, a base hit for Terry Pendleton. Pendleton broke an 0 for 12 drought with an infield hit his last time up in Game 5. Now he has a solid single. Boxed around by Slaught. He can't find it. And Pendleton is around second. He'll try for third. The throw there, not in time. Routine fly to left for Barry Bonds. The Braves threaten but do not score in the first. After 1 in Atlanta, no score. One game does not necessarily mark the end of a struggle. But that might. Deep to right field, way back and gone. Barry Bonds on a 1-2 pitch. Homers to right center, and the Pirates take a 1-0 lead. It's the first ever postseason home run for Barry Bonds.
Back in the 1986 series, the Mets and the Red Sox, the Darryl chant trying to get on Darryl Strawberry.
King loops one into shallow left center, and that's a hit. So Jeff King picks up where he left off in Game 5. He was 3 for 4 in that ball game and 1 for 1 tonight. It was thrown out 6 times. Little looper, that will fall in right field. King continues toward third. Justice with the throw. It's cut off. And the Pirates have first and third with nobody out, already leading 1-0. 1-0 Pittsburgh in the second. The batter is Don Slaught, who homered off Glavine in Game 3. That's well hit toward the gap in right center and in for extra bases. King has scored. McClendon being waved in even with nobody out. Lemke's throw not in time. Berryhill couldn't get him, and McClendon scores to make it 3-0.
He spoke with Tony La Russa yesterday after the Athletics' victory over the Toronto Blue Jays.
We're in identical situations, really. Blauser will try third. The throw gets by Pendleton. Slaught comes in to score, and it's 4-0. Lean winds up at second. Wakefield got the bunt down. Glavine tries third. Safe at third. First and third, and still nobody out.
That's Damon Berryhill's call. Then you have runners at first and second and one out. Pittsburgh does not want that situation.
Little bleeder along the right field line. That falls in for a hit. Everything going the way of the Pirates as Lean has scored. Wakefield to third. It's a bloop double for Gary Reedus. He's 6 for 13 in the series. And now Tom Glavine is starting to hear some boos. But in fairness to the left-hander, this inning hasn't been all. He allowed 4 hits during that stint, or 4 runs rather, on 5 hits. Glavine hasn't recorded an out here in the second, and that's a deep drive to left. Looking up, Gant. That's a home run. A 3-run homer for Jay Bell, and all of a sudden it's 8-0 Pittsburgh. Lean took second. Wakefield tried to sacrifice Lean to third. The throw to third was late. Van Slyke strikes out for the first out of the inning. And the first strikeout of the night for Atlanta pitching. So Wakefield and Lean were at first and third respectively. Base hit. 2 hits in the inning for Barry Bonds. He went 4 games with only 1 hit. But he had 2 hits in game 5 and 2 already tonight. What were all those fans doing with those yellow question marks? A long run for Gant, but he's there. So is Nixon, but Gant makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
I'll tell you, those hooks, those Pirate hooks have turned into question marks for the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta after this 8.
The 12th batter of the inning is Lloyd McClendon. Base hit. 8 hits in the inning. The throw to third from Justice, not in time. Back to first. Now they have McClendon caught. And they almost botched this play. They haven't fully yet. They have Bonds trapped. Pendleton flips to Bream. Bonds bowls him over, but Bream held the ball. And the inning comes to an end. But what an inning it was. A record 8 runs for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And after an inning and a half, they lead 8-0.
If we go a couple of more innings, I'll take him out of the game regardless of whether he gets a win or not. And then have him in the bullpen and back a Doug Drabek tomorrow night. Just a thought. I don't know if Jim's thinking that way or not.
Strike 3. Gant was bending back to get out of the way, but the knuckleball caught the inside part of the plate for the first out of the inning and the second strikeout of the night for Tim Wakefield. 2-2 the count on Berryhill with Mark Lemke on deck. That's well hit to right. McClendon drifting back just in front of the warning track. He makes the catch. 2 away. And Bream returns to first. We're in the second. Pittsburgh enjoys an 8-0 lead. After a hot start, he has tailed off in this series. 0 for his last 7. That's bounced up there again. Slot can't find it. And Bream takes second. Slid has had 5 knee operations, so third base was not in his mind, particularly with his team down by 8 runs. And that one stayed high for ball 4. 2 walks in the inning. First and second with 2 down. And it appears that Lebrand will hit for himself. There is action. 58 at the plate with no homers, and he drove in 4. And he strikes out. The Braves strand 2. After 2. 8-0 Pirates. Don Slott doubled, driving in 2 runs last inning. He also scored as part of the 8-run second that knocked Tom Glavine out of the ball game. Charlie Lebrand has come on and held the Pirates at bay while striking out 2 now. 1 out in the third. 8-0 Pittsburgh, and Jose Lean stands in. Wakefield on deck. Blauser, nice play on the outfield grass, and he gets Lean by a running step. hard to believe that at one time he was considered a good hit, no field shortstop.
Worked hard on his defense.
Wakefield with the comebacker. Lee Brandt throws him out. The Pirates go quickly in order, and will return to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium after this word from your local station. Slap to left. Bonds is there. 1 out. We're in the third. Pittsburgh leads 8-0. And tomorrow afternoon, the American League Championship Series resumes.
Especially the guys who are coming into the game now. They don't seem to mind it. So if they don't mind it, why should fans?
That's off Wakefield and high in the air, handled by Bell. Now, is it an out? One of the Pirates, Don Slott, asking if the ball had been caught in the air.
Yeah.
But apparently it got a piece of the ground because Blauser is standing on first base. 1 out in the bottom of the third. 8-0 Pittsburgh. Pendleton lifts a pop-up. Leaned. 2 outs.
I don't think I have ever seen
To the souvenir program. There is room if they can get there. King and Slott. It's King right in front of the dugout making the play. That ends the inning. We've played 3, and the Pirates lead 8-0. Garvey at 6 in 78. Brunansky in 87. Clark in 89. He strikes out, chasing the pitch that appeared to be outside. 1 out in the fourth. Charlie Leibrandt has already struck out 3. Bell down to third, and Pendleton throws him out. A young lady named Dina wrote, "Dear Andy Van Slyke, hi, how are you? I am fine. I bet you never knew this."
nada.
Bonds walks on 4 pitches. After retiring the first 2 with ease here in the fourth, Leibrandt has walked Van Slyke and Bonds back to back, and now he'll have to deal with Jeff King.
There is National League President Bill White. He will be retiring next March to league presidents, and as we said, that happened after the firing of Fay Vincent.
More to the presidents, less to the commissioner. King to right. Justice there. The Pirates strand 2. We've played 3.5 in game 6. The Pirates trying to force a game 7, lead by 8.
Baseball wants to go. Obviously, you would rather keep a team in the city where it presently is. Baseball just can't continue to move around. But if there is no stadium and if there is no proper bid, competitive bid,
$1 less for his team. As Jim Gray
the
mentioned.
executive council, right?
That's right. Jim Gray mentioned. There's a ball that gets by Slott. Green, who started the inning with a single, takes second. That will likely be a pass ball on Slott. Looked like a pitch he could have handled. But the San Francisco group has offered Mr. Lurie. But the Pirates lead this one 8-0. In the bottom of the fourth, Barry Hill again batting from the right side, lifts a pop-up in a shallow right. McClendon the catch. 1 out.
What makes Barry Hill a switch hitter batting from the right side against a right-handed pitcher particularly odd.
And if Smith does indeed bat for Leibrandt, Freeman will be the new pitcher. Lemke out on strikes. That's the second out of the inning and the 4th strikeout of the night for Tim Wakefield.
Boy, did that knuckleball dance down. He may not get another chance to use Lonnie Smith with men on base. So pinch hit him now.
And he delivers a base hit to right field. Breen is being waved around. The throw goes to third. And the Braves are on the board. It's 8-1. Lonnie Smith is 2 for 5 in this series now as a pinch hitter. That's his first RBI of this NLCS. And that's ball 4, and they're loaded up for Jeff Blauser.
I don't agree with that call right there. A 3-2 knuckleball with the 7-run lead, with his confidence, his poise, but more impressed with his knuckleball.
A pop-up. Jay Bell makes the catch. And the Braves settle for 1 run in the 4th inning off Wakefield. After 4, 8-1. Freeman, the 6'6" right-hander, making his 3rd appearance of this NLCS.
Pitchers wouldn't be allowed to remain in the game if they gave up that many runs.
And that's ball 4. So McClendon is on for the 3rd time. Let's look back at the headlines.
Will be Steve Avery, Tom Glavine on Sunday, and then Smoltz starting against either Toronto or Oakland next Tuesday in those parts. But this game, as you said earlier, a long way from being over.
Although back-to-back walks to start the inning. Want me to tape it right over the monitor? Shouldn't be that hard a name for you to remember. There's a base hit. Lean down into the corner with it. That will score at least 1. Now Gant stumbles on the track. Slot is being waved in. The relay throw, not in time. It's 10-1 Pittsburgh. Chico leaned, ends an 0 for 8 drought with a double into the left field corner. With lead at second and nobody out. Freeman will go to first. To Lemke, it's a sacrifice. 1-4, lean to third with 1 out. Kent Merker is throwing out there, the left-hander. Base hit through the drawn-in infield. It's 11-1. Reedus 2 for 4 again tonight. He is 7 for 15 in the series. Leaned home from third. 3 runs off Freeman here in the 5th inning. If this score stands, it's going to take a major uprising and a half on the part of the Braves to turn this thing around. Bell with a check swing roller down to first. Bream the play, 2 down. And Reedus moves into scoring position.
For either of those teams that they could face, other than a right-hander, is Jimmy Key, the left-hander with Toronto, if he's inserted as a starter.
Van Slyke with a hit. Reedus will try it, and he'll score without a throw. 12-1 Pirates.
Now do you think about taking Wakefield out? You're 11 runs ahead. You could use him tomorrow night. He's pitched 4 innings.
And after he signed all the autographs, one fellow said to him, how come you're not using Wakefield tomorrow night?
Yeah, he waited until he signed the autographs, and then he said that.
That's right.
Then he second-guessed.
And a mock cheer goes up for Freeman as Gant makes the catch. Halfway through the ball game, the Pirates lead 12-1. McCarver and Tom Gray here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, where the Pirates lead 12-1. As we go to the bottom of the 5th, and the inning started by Terry Pendleton's base hit. Again, batting right-handed, as he has all 3 times up tonight against Wakefield, and it's worked for him. He's 2 for 3 after an 0 for 4 against the knuckleballer in Game 3. And Wakefield said, yes, I can. Heike said, well, show me, and he threw several more good knuckleballs. Justice, a line drive and a base hit. Pendleton to second. First and second with nobody out in the 5th inning. So Woody Heike went into the organizational meetings in spring training and said, hey, Tim Wakefield is flooded with letters from people around the country who want to know how to throw the knuckleball. In shallow center, Van Slyke the catch. The runners can't take the chance. 1 out.
Why don't we let Tim Wakefield,
as a position player, is going to try to use the knuckleball and might have the same kind of path to the major leagues that Wakefield did. Gant throws the bat away in disgust as Lean handles the pop-up. 2 down. We're in the bottom of the 5th. The Pirates lead 12-1. They scored 8 runs to take command in the 2nd inning. Ballpark tonight, but as you can see, particularly in the upper reaches, long empty rows. Barry Hill, great diving stop by King. He'll go to first to end the inning. The Braves strand 2 more. They've left 9 and will return to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium after this word from your local station. Particularly in the last 2 games. He was 3 for 4 and they're winning Game 5. He singled to keep that inning going in inning 2. Singled right after the home run by Bonds. And kept them rolling toward the 8 runs. He's out this time on the fly ball to center. 1 out in the 6th. 12-1 Pittsburgh. Fly a single and a single. And tonight, a single, and a walk So that's 5 hits in his last 5 official at bats. Bidding for an extra base hit here with Nixon back at the track, and that one is gone. 6 hits in his last 6 official at bats for Lloyd McClendon. The home run, his first of the league championship series, and it's 13-1.
And once again against a right-handed pitcher. Does that influence Jim Leyland's thinking tomorrow night?
Up tonight and scored in the second. He struck out in the third, walked and scored again last inning. He's 4 for 10. Hit that one sharply, played by Pendleton on the hop. 2 outs. So the Pirates Blauser, strong throw, gets him. The Pirates add a run on the home run by Lloyd McClendon. And we go to the bottom of the 6th in rapidly emptying Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. 13-1 Pirates.
2 and game 6 against, make that game 5 against the Mets that year in 1988.
Leaned, throws Lemke out. And all of a sudden Mark Lemke has really cooled off in this series. He's 0 for his last 9. He's also seen some time in the field, albeit brief. And he's quickly in the hole here, 0-2. He put it in play for the first time in the series, and Bell guns him down. No, he didn't. John McSherry says Reedus was off the bag. And Sanders is safe. A good throw would have had him. As an outstanding football player, said he played baseball, but wasn't very good. Slapped to short. They have 1. They do not have 2. Nixon hustled to prevent the double play.
7 months or so, and of course just started football a month and a half ago. How about that? A broken bone in his left foot that has not healed.
Blauser out on the ground ball that ends the inning. We've played 6, 13-1 Pittsburgh. He's the 4th Atlanta pitcher of the night, making just his 2nd appearance in this series. He appeared in game 5, posting the numbers you saw on your screen. Justice the catch. Wakefield the first out of the 7th. That looked more like a swing that you'd expect to see. Reedus 2 for 4 tonight. He has doubled and singled, driven in a run with each hit, and scored twice. Sharply to second, Mark Lemke throws him out. And quickly 2 away in the Pittsburgh 7th. I'd say less than half the seats now are more empty seats than people. And Jay Bell strikes out. Merker works a 1-2-3-7. Stretch time at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. 13-1 Pirates. Of the Pittsburgh Pirates, seated in the section with their yellow pom-poms right behind the home plate screen. Pendleton an opposite field fly, and the catch made by McClendon in right. Pendleton 2 for 4 now. Justice 1 for 3, a single in the 5th inning. I thought it was humorous to read an article in the local paper today. Many of the fans here. Justice drills one. Forget about it. Way back into the seats and right. David Justice with his first home run in the league championship series, and it's 13-2. This is not the time to sit on those gems.
You don't save them for a later date. This might be perfectly appropriate.
Leaned throws him out. I started to mention, just as Justice so rudely interrupted with the home run, that many of the fans here in Atlanta are blaming the lack of crowd noise. Now you're on a roll. Don't stop. We get 2 innings to go.
I like Sinatra.
I can tell. And I've heard you attempt a few of his tunes. Reedus the catch. Perhaps you'd like to warm up for the last couple of innings. We go to the 8th. 13-2 Pirates.
John Smoltz, Doug Drabek have met twice, and Smoltz has won 2.
Lemke throws him out. Here's Jim Gray.
All right, Sean, I'm here with Al Lamacchia, the Vice President of Baseball for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's here along with 4 other scouts.
Well, it goes down to Drabek and Smoltz. Considering the way Smoltz has been pitching of late, I would say that the Atlanta Braves has a good shot at it tomorrow night.
Do you feel that the Blue Jays could handle either one of these 2 teams?
I think we get a good account of ourselves, certainly.
Looks to pull even in that series. Oakland and Toronto. Juan Guzman and Mike Moore. 3 o'clock tomorrow on CBS. And we'll hold with Bill DeJoy said over to the next inning. As King grounds out and the Pirates go in order. Bottom of the 8th, 13-2 Pittsburgh. Little pop-up, leaned, tracks it down in shallow center.
This is what
Lemke 0 for his last 9 after his torrid start in the first 2 games of this series. Van Slyke. Well, both teams going up there now like they're trying to get this one over with a lot of first ball swinging and a lot of very quick outs. Deion Sanders up again. He swings with the first pitch and hits a pop-up. Bonds makes the catch in fair territory, and 1-2-3 go the Braves. On to the 9th. Pittsburgh leads by 11. Asked him which team he felt the Braves matched up better against in the American League Championship Series, and Varsho with a bullet. Gant over to cut it off. Varsho a long turnaround first, and he'll retreat with a leadoff single. Two runs, 7 hits for Atlanta. That's a foul tip into the mid of Lopez for strike 3. Our coverage of Game 7 tomorrow night begins at 8 o'clock with the Baseball 92 pregame show.
club tomorrow night.
The 1-2. Breaking ball. Lean called out on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Wohlers here in the 9th. Bream knocked it down. It was a one-hop smash. Wohlers covers. Wakefield hit it hard, but he's out. On to the bottom of the 9th. The Pirates 13, the Braves 2. And that's well hit, but Bonds has it on the track for the first out in the bottom of the 9th. And Wakefield, since the home run by Justice, has retired 6 in a row. A pop-up, and Slot has it. The Pittsburgh Pirates now 1 out away from Game 7 tonight. Mike Scott in 1986 for Houston against the Mets through 2 complete games, and Danny Cox in 87 through 2 for St. Louis against San Francisco. Tim Wakefield is about to become the 3rd. That's toward the gap and in. For a hit, cut off by Bonds, holding Treadway to a long single. And for the moment, the Braves are still alive. Justice spinning for another. Deep right field. Varsho at the wall. Home run. Second round tripper and as many at bats for David Justice. It's 13-4.
Of 13 starts.
Bream. Wakefield might have gotten a piece of it, and Bell throws him out. Tim Wakefield threw 138 pitches tonight in winning for the second time in 6 games in the National League Championship Series.